Hey everyone, this is Quanisha, the CEO and founder of Black Women Rise. And I'm coming just to our group. Well, I'll post this for the whole Black Women Rise community. But I'm coming to our Black Women CEO circle with a challenge for all of you, which will have a gift too. So I know it's late. I was thinking if people would jump on. It's about 8 o'clock. I just did the other Periscope video. And I am doing a challenge myself, right? So you all have seen the new banners for Black Women Rise. And the, call to action that I put on the banner is to dominate, execute, and inspire. I see some folks jumping on, hey there, hey there. Oh, Maria's jumping on. Maria, you're supposed to be sleeping. She's in Thailand. And it's like 8 o'clock her time, and she's been up for like the past 12 hours. So you're supposed to be sleeping, but thank you for joining on. I haven't done a live video in a while. We were doing the Black Women CEO talks before I had the baby, and now I'm about, off of maternity leave. And I'll share this on the main site, but I just wanted to come talk to our Black Women CEO group. So as Maria's typing here, she said fear of missing out. So, I made a new banner for the Black Woman CEO, and I really thought about what I would want to inspire in all of us, right, to achieve. And that's to dominate, to execute, and inspire. And these are the things that I see most needed when I reflect on, past clients, our different Black Women CEO talks and the things that we've done over the last. And so the dominate is that I want you to dominate your space. There is no such thing as competition, right? There might be other people in your industry and all that other stuff, but there's only one you. And people are going to be attracted to you. And I want you to show up and show out and dominate your space, right? And how do you do that? You have to be visible. You have to be visible, right? So the people who are out here praying for you, they need to be able to find you. And that is ultimately how you increase your impact, your influence, as well as your income, right? So whatever your goal is, even if it's just like, oh, I just want to fulfill my purpose, or if you're like, look, I need to make some money in this purpose-driven thing, right? So if you want to make a difference, there is no competition. Thank you for writing that. If you want to make a difference, right? If you want to live on your own terms, and even if you want to make money, you have to show up. And the way to do that well is that you have to dominate your space. Right? And so even if someone has a very exact same program, the same thoughts, the same, worldview, words of wisdom, it really goes to the person who shows up the most, who's in more places, right? Who's the most visible, that kind of wins the race. But like I said, don't even take that frame of mind, because it is a scarcity frame of mind. So if you live from an abundance framework, the idea is that there's enough for everybody, right? There's enough Black women who are seeking entrepreneurship, that I don't need to only think, oh, my mentors are going to only be the ones who get Black women as clients. No, there's going to be a certain group that's just for me, right? Who just likes Quanisha and the Black Woman CEO and all that, right? So dominate your space, right? And the way you do that is to become more visible. You have to show up. And then execute, which kind of complements the dominant part I just talked about, is that you have to take action. You have to implement on all the things that you learn. So who here has been guilty of downloading the free stuff, going on the webinars, learning some strategies and tips, and not implementing? Right? Well, Maria's the only one that's here right now. Because it's 8 o'clock. I just kind of jumped on. Right? I've been guilty of that myself, right? You download these things, you learn some tips and strategies, but you don't implement them. And that's one thing that I made a promise to myself, particularly in 2015 when I started the Black Women Rise movement, is that I'm going to implement everything that I learn. And my favorite book by Price Pritchett, U Squared, there's one of his chapters talks about to act as if your success is for certain. So I wasn't going to only just implement, right, and make it happen. I was also going to do it with the frame of mind that I'm going to win, right? That this is going to be successful. So in order to dominate, you need to execute, right? So many of us don't do, right? I meet so many women who are telling me I'm too busy, I can't make it a priority. And it really boils down to fear, right? It could be fear of the unknown. You don't know what you don't know. You might be having some fear that's deriving from negative thoughts of like, you know, nobody cares what I have to say, or who am I to do this thing that I feel called to do, but you have to execute. So that's what I'm going to really talk about this year, and really helping you to do that, to execute. And the last one is inspire, right? You have a purpose, right? There's something calling you. It seems like I only attract women who know that they have a purpose, right? And they want to fulfill that purpose, and they want to honor it. But like I said, the previous stuff, like the fear and the confidence, this junk that gets in the way, that we have to dig out, that internal stuff. And for particularly Black women, we have some cultural stuff that's on that too, that revs up some internal things, right? And we'll talk more about that. But I want you to be able to inspire the community that is called to you. Because I know you want to do that. I know you want to fulfill your purpose. I know you want to honor your calling. I know you want to make the difference that you want to make. So in order to dominate, execute, and inspire, because you have to lead by example, you got to walk your talk, right? To be authentic and for people to follow you. In order to be a leader, you have to be worth following, right? So in order to inspire change in others, or inspire them to do what you're doing or what you're teaching them to doing, you have to be that. You have to be the change that you want to see, right? And not just do, actually mean be, right? That Gandhi quote. Be it though. You have to embody it. So you have to be the change that you want to be. So in order to dominate, execute, and inspire, I want to do that for you and show up in my way of leading the example for our community. And I am challenging everyone to the show up and show out challenge. And the way we're going to do this show up and show up challenge is that you need to do 30 days of videos. You could do them on Periscope. You can do them on Facebook Live. You can get one of those double tripods and be on both of them. It could be on YouTube, right? So if you don't feel comfortable doing the live streaming, if it's like too much like anxiety about like, oh my God, people are right here, right now. Hey, Nicole, thanks for joining us. She said, yes. I want you to practice being visible, right? So show up and show out challenge. So I'll let you all start tomorrow. I started today. So let's say starting November 16th to December 16th, I'm challenging you to 30 days of doing some type of video. Why video? Why not emails? Why? Video streaming is the go-to thing today, right? So there's some different aspects to videos. When people see you on video, they feel like they know you. They feel like you're talking directly to them. And so as entrepreneurs, in order for us, even if you think of our end goal, not just to fulfill our purpose, but to get clients, which through clients, right, we're hoping to change their life and transform them with whatever your expertise is, right? So it's not just about money. It is like you need people to pay you and that's their way of investing in themselves to see the transformation that they want to see, right? Video helps increase that like, know, and trust factor. Right? It helps increase that like, know, and trust factor. Email does a little bit, blogging does a little bit, but video kind of like puts it on steroids, that like, know, and trust factor. So once again, hey Ruby, I see some folks are joining on. To increase your visibility, the challenge is to show up and show out and do 30 days of videos. So you can do it on YouTube, you can do it pre-recorded, you can even pre-record it on your phone and upload it later. Yes, it's going to be a challenge. Or you can do it live streaming. So I'm committing to Periscope and probably like Facebook Live. Once I figure out how to get all the technology going at one time, but definitely Periscope. So if you go onto Periscope, if you haven't downloaded the app, you can follow me. My handle is my Twitter handle, which is @SistaInCharge. So SISTA, because it's sister, right? She got some attitude to it. It's Sister in Charge, right? So I definitely want you to follow me because I'm going to be sharing a lot of Black women rights tips, like on how to attract clients, how to like attract, identify, and engage them, how to build a vision, how to do goal setting and purpose planning. So I am doing a purpose planning webinar this Saturday. So if you look at the Periscope video, yes, that's how you spell it, Nicole, thank you. If you look at the Periscope video I posted today, I actually give, oh, my phone, why is it dying? It's plugged in. Okay, I just got an alert saying the phone's dying. I gave almost a good lesson. It was like 35 minutes of content, and we're going to go deeper into it on Saturday. And I'm only sending the webinar information out, and it's actually a workshop. It's not a lecture, it's a workshop, right? On Purpose Planning 2017. So I'm only sending the information about this webinar out to people who are on our Black Women Rise list. So I know a lot of you have been in our community, our Black Women CEO group, but to join the webinar and to get information about it, go to blackwomenrise.com. So Black Women with the, and then with an E, WOMEN, rise.com, and join the community. Join the, you know, the inner circle of Black Women Rise. And as a gift, you are going to get a guide, our 12 effective leadership resources for Black women. A common question that I get is, Quanisha, what are your resources? So I put it all in a guide for you, right? It talks about how to discover your strength. I give you 3 Black women CEOs you ought to know, and I actually list a number of books that have been very pivotal to my leadership and entrepreneurship journey. So go join Black Women Rise, get the guide. So the challenge, though, let's get back to the challenge, is 30 days of videos, right? Now, how do you get the content for these videos? Many of you have been blogging. You have been doing videos, even if it's haphazard. Maybe you've been writing emails, and maybe you've been like me, because even before I became an entrepreneur, I am a prolific journaler, right? So it's not just my own internal stuff. I journal about ideas all the time. Business ideas, business topics, all these kind of things like that. So to get to your 30 days, take the content from all that stuff and just repurpose it, right? Because people haven't seen it via video. Just because somebody read it on your blog doesn't mean it's the same people who are going to see it on your video. So think about some of the, you know, it could be the whole blog. It could be you sharing, say you share 3 tips in the blog. Maybe each video is a tip. So then now you have 3 videos to share, and you can go more in depth with what you were teaching. And actually, if you want to, you can just read what you wrote in the first place, right? So that's how you get the content for your videos. Just repurpose the things that you have already created, or that you've been brainstorming, or maybe you taught in your job. Maybe it's the expertise that you have in your job already. You've been training people, and now bring those topics to video, right? Say them live, speak them out. So that's how you're going to get the content, right? So I gave you the challenge. I gave you a tip on how to, right? And another how-to I want you to take on, and this is something I did on Monday, is that I was thinking about my goal to be more visible, and also I'm going to change the Black Woman CEO coaching program, which has been a private coaching program, which I'll still offer it as private coaching. We're going to change, I'm in the process of changing it to a group program and launching it. Many of you have said you wanted group mentoring, and I also think we need that community and to do the work that we need to master ourselves and then to master our business, right? So I was thinking about all this launching and the videos that I need to do, and I got all anxious. And I was like, oh my God, this is a big goal. Who am I to like try to attract 1,000 women next year in coaching? And so what I had to do, I had to put on my big girl panties, but I also put on my alter ego. So I have an alter ego, and her name is Venus. And Venus is actually my line name. I'm a Delta. But so Venus reminds me of everything that's Delta, right? Being devastating, being about social change, being bold, and all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's happened to Venus. Like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, I have Venus. And I put on my Black Women CEO Domination playlist, right? And I got to work. I just had a baby, so I'm still like transitioning off of maternity leave, as you know. And so I took a shower though, and I put on my makeup, and I put on my Black Woman CEO Domination playlist, which I'm going to make a blog post about that so you all can get the music that's been inspiring me. And I put on, or I tapped into Venus, right? And I was like, okay, let's get it done. I did phone calls, I got a new client, you know, a lot of things happened just because I decided to show up with more confidence. So who is your alter ego, right? Who is she? Give her a name. Give her a name. Who is that confidence, fearless, go-getter, make it happen self that you're going to tap into in order to do these 30 days of videos, right? So it's the show up and show up challenge, 30 days of videos. I want you to tap into your Black woman CEO. One of the roles of a CEO is to drive the vision, right? And to be the example, the ultimate leader of the business, right? You, as you know, probably from your job, if you're not the CEO of your job, the leader leads the way. They walk the talk, right? And if you want to help other people, you have to show up. You have to walk the talk. You have to be the living embodiment of this vision and mission that you're standing for, right? And you can only do it if you show up. So I want you to be more visible. I want you to dominate, execute, and inspire those who you're meant to inspire. And the way we're going to do that for the next 30 days is to show up and show out video. Now, I want to incentivize, right? Give you an incentive for this challenge, right? If you do 30 days worth of video, and I know Thanksgiving is in there, so even if you're on this for 2 minutes talking about gratitude on Thanksgiving, right? I don't care. I don't care how long your videos are. They just need to be 30 days of videos. So if you do 30 days of videos, and you can point me to the link. So if you did them on Facebook, or even if you do them a mixture of places, right? Just tell me where you did them. If it's Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, this way I can go check it out, right? I'm going to give you a free session of coaching, a free 60-minute session of coaching on anything related to business that you want me to help you with. Okay? Now, my coaching, right? 60 minutes of my coaching is about a value of about $400, right? When you think about the packages that I do and all those things like that. So my coaching ain't cheap. I'm good at what I do. I have a master in corporate life certification, right? I'm the head business coach at Happy Black Women, right? Founder of the Black Women Rise movement. We've attracted 3,000 women over the last year, right? I'm good at what I do. Not to like pat myself on the back, right? So you're going to get 60 minutes of my time as a gift for me to reward you for showing up and showing out for yourself, right? And because I like to always over deliver, you might get some other stuff. But this is for everybody who does the whole 30 days. So it's not just one person I'm going to pick. Everyone who does 30 days worth of videos will each get a 60-minute coaching session with me and maybe like another prize. I haven't decided what it is. But I want to reward you for, showing up for yourself, showing out, and being committed to the work that you want to do. So I'm going to stop talking because I just want to jump on live. So once again, dominate, execute, and inspire. That is our goal this year. And to help you show up and show out, to be more visible, I'm challenging you to do 30 days worth of videos. The how was, go back through your content that you've created, blog posts, webinars, emails, whatever it is, and start taking out some of those tips that you have given people and now plan, outline it out for 30 days. So that's how you're going to get your content. You're just repurposing stuff. And of course, if you want to make up new things, you can do that. But that's the easiest way to do it, to repurpose your stuff, right? And then as the gift, I'm giving the coaching, and I'm going to actually be more active not so much more active. I'm reactivating everything now that I'm coming off of maternity leave. So I'm going to be in the group too. So if you have questions, or if you're like, I need help trying to flesh this out, post into the Black Woman CEO group so that we can help you. And when y'all all did the survey just now on how, what complimentary experience you all wanted, you said accountability calls. So I haven't quite figured out the structure yet, but I am going to meet that commitment. Is that we're going to do accountability calls. They might be monthly, they might be bi-weekly. I think a weekly one might be a little too much for me, given the two boys that I'm wrestling over here and wrangling. But I think a bi-weekly or a monthly accountability call. So we can also use that for you to talk about any struggles that you're having. And not just technical struggles, the mental struggles, right? Of showing up and being visible for your community. And Nicole had a question. Do you find Periscope better than Facebook Live? She said, all right, now pat yourself on the back. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done a lot of videos. Periscope has been really good for me in the past when I was pretty active on it when it first came out and getting new people onto my list. So if you think of list building as a primary activity, I think because there's just so many people on Periscope, and particularly when I went on, like before I was doing a webinar, I'm on a topic, it did lead to increased signups. So you might want to check out Periscope. But when I look at some of my mentors who do Facebook Live, they have like a lot of people on, and that's also another place. So it really is about getting an audience. So you might want to try doing the videos on both platforms to see maybe which has more viewership, or which leads to a call to action, right? So my call to action is usually for people to go to blackwomanrise.com and sign up to get our guide. So I like to look at the stats after to see how many people signed up, so I can get an idea on how effective something is. So definitely test it out, see, and also think about where your community is, right? Are these folks mostly on Twitter? Because Periscope kind of goes right to Twitter, but now you can post it and share your videos on Facebook too. Or are they on Facebook? So think about where your community is. But, you know, just be visible. Just show up. Go be everywhere. You know, that's more the task, to show up. So just test it all out. And hey, Veronica, thank you for joining. So I'm actually going to wrap up. I know I did like a mini wrap up. So the show up and show out challenge. The challenge is to do 30 days of some type of video marketing. So if it's YouTube, Periscope, Facebook stream, or Facebook Live, or if you're even uploading your videos to Facebook, right? Because you can still do that on your Facebook page. And the way to do it well and to leverage your time is go back through content you've already created and then plan out 30 days stuff. Take the different tips and strategies you've taught people over the last however long, and now you're doing it as a video. And as a prize to give you an incentive, and also to honor you for honoring yourself, right? And taking this big step. Everyone who does all 30 days of videos, right? I don't care how long they are, is going to get 60 minutes of coaching from me. 60 minutes of coaching on any type of business topic, or if you want to like figure out why you're not doing stuff, whatever it is. Well, you get 60 minutes of my time, absolutely complimentary, as a reward for really showing up and showing out for yourself. So someone says, okay, thanks. All right. Twitter's connected to Periscope. Maybe one call in the beginning of the month. And about the accountability call. Yeah, so maybe one call in the beginning, one more. So I might do the a complimentary bi-weekly accountability call. But I will definitely post the because I decided I was going to at least decide by the weekend how to do that, since the people who answered the survey said that was something that they wanted. So I'll try to figure out what a good day, probably be in the evening, because I think a lot of people can come home from work and jump on the call, and whether or not it'll be bi-weekly or monthly, so we can all check in. So thank you all for joining the live stream. And if you have other Black women that you know need the community, who want the support, please encourage them to go to blackwomenrise.com, because I send out a lot of details via email that doesn't come necessarily in the group. So encourage them to go to blackwomenrise.com with an E, sign up for our leadership guide. And then basically in like the first email, I inform people about the Black Women CEO group. So that would be a good way for them to come into our group that way. So either, or have them go both places, but invite a Black woman CEO, right? So that we can build this community and it can continue to be an online sanctuary for Black women on this entrepreneur path, so that we can thrive. So I will be checking in with you all via live stream to see how the show up and show out challenge goes. And I look forward to supporting you all. Good night.